Hey everybody, Invisiblekatana here doing a reaction and review for the final trailer. Well, it's the first official trailer technically, so it might be the final because it comes out next month, so I don't know if we'll get another one. But we have Iron Fist coming out. He is the last Defender, so this is the last show before the Defender series comes out. He's the second half of the Heroes for Hire duo, where he teams up with Luke Cage. So can't wait for them to at least somehow reference that, in this season. But I'm excited for this. It's martial arts, so it's going kind of back towards the Daredevil route of the action, which I prefer because I like martial arts. So I'm excited to see what they do with this. This is also going to be much more in the magical realm that the other Defender shows. It really, the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, they just started with Doctor Strange, and they've done a little bit with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well. But they are finally getting into magic, so I'm excited to see them utilize that a little bit more in this as well. And just see how they expand upon it, because they haven't really touched on the magical realm within the cinematic universe, which there's a ton of it. So I'm excited for that, but we're going to get right into this. I'll move you guys over here and see what they got. And I know this one has a lot of crossovers, not just because it's the one right before the Defenders, but Hogarth is going to be involved in this a lot.
Let's go. Danny Rand.
And he goes straight into beating people up.
Welcome to Rand Enterprises. I left here 10 years old in a jet with my parents. I became a lone survivor. Danny Rand, back from the dead. Why'd you wait this long to show up? How the hell did you learn martial arts?
Where'd you train?
Come on. My father instilled in me a love and respect for this company that has never faded. This is my home. Rand is my company.
Kind of the...
The city is no place for Danny Rand.
So he's like kind of the generic evil guy who took over the company, but somehow he's involved with Madame Gao, which is cool.
I've got it on the inside. Criminals.
I know what they are, but they can do. To find them, we need someone with special
There's
skills.
Claire, so that's sweet.
I've been training my whole life for this.
I hope she fights in this, because this seems like the perfect series to have her actually fight, and we got a tiny taste of that in the first season of Daredevil.
It's time.
So I hope we actually get to see her just beat some people up.
Like a knife.
You need me.
The changes come.
Big martial arts fights, which is always awesome.
Become what you were meant to be.
And some wire fu in there, which is very cool as well.
I am the Iron Fist.
How does that mean?
That's a really nice shot, so that's very cool. And March 17th, we get all the episodes. So I like that. I thought that was pretty cool. As I mentioned, I'm a huge fan of martial arts, so I prefer this and Daredevil. They're like my favorites when it comes to action. But I'm really looking forward to see what they do as far as how far they go with the magical elements in this show, how much they really explain it. I'm really curious if they're going to do kind of a Daredevil thing, because his story is a lot of it does come from flashbacks, where at least from his past. Of course, he said he was 10 years old, so he's been gone for a super long time, just training and learning all these crazy skills. I'm curious if they're going to do it where it's hey, we have him in present day, and then boom, here's 2 full episodes of just flashback stuff, because that's what they did with Daredevil, and I feel like that's what will happen here, because it's it's even more important than it was, with Daredevil, because it's alright, well, people didn't think he was dead for, over a decade. It wasn't as crucial. It was just, how did he become Daredevil? So it's very different than with Danny, where it's yeah, we thought he was dead for a super long time, and he learned martial arts, and he learned magic and stuff. So I am very curious how they're going to play out his actual backstory, and how much time out of, I believe they do 13 episodes every season for these shows. So I am very curious what this span is going to be for how much of his backstory is really shown off. But it looks really good. We got quite a few crossovers in this one. Madame Gao is going to show up in this, seemingly as the main villain for him, or at least well, I'd say the main villain would be her, and then the sub villain is actually the other guy who owns, or like half owns the company, and he's kind of the generic, I thought you were dead, so I took over, and now I don't want to give it up because I have more money than I've ever had, sort of deal. I don't really care much for that because we see it all the time. Like, they've done it quite a few times actually in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Kind of started it with that, with Iron Man. They kind of started off that way, but I think it'll still work out fine. He kills somebody just in the trailer alone, so it already gets a little bit darker than I'm mad at this kid for coming back to life. So I think they'll do a fine job with it. I'm really excited for the martial arts because I love martial arts. And this will have even more martial arts than Daredevil does, where he's fighting a bunch of random criminals and just whooping them up. And then season 2 had it where he did actually fight people who knew martial arts as well. But this is like a full-on martial arts film where it's like 2 separate sequences in this trailer alone. He's either fighting down a hallway, they love their hallway sequences, or this scene where it looked like he was almost in a prison yard actually, and he's like him back to back with somebody else, and they're both fighting a bunch of people. So can't wait to see how they do the martial arts in this, and it seems like they're going to go kind of real old school with it, because like I said, during the scene where they were actually using katanas, they were in the air as a little bit of wired food, so I'm curious how much of that we'll get to see in the show. But I'm excited for this. Can't wait to see it. I don't know what we should expect by the time this show ends. I'm sure kind of like what they did with Daredevil season 2, where they dropped like a really small teaser for Luke Cage. We'll probably get the same thing for the Defenders as well. So looking forward to seeing this, of course. We'd love to know what you guys thought about this trailer, so please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts about it, least favorite parts about it. And I definitely want to know, with this being the last Defender series, what do you guys want to see the most before we head into the actual Defenders? Do you want to see them defeat Madame Gao, because she's shown up officially in 2 series now, so she's got some fairly decent relevance, I'd say. And there's also a million other crossovers. Like, do you guys think we'll actually see the rest of the Defenders in the entire, in this series? Or will they just wait until the Defenders, and, they'll like tease it at the end of this season, and then the first episode of the Defenders, that's when everybody meets. So we'd love to know if you guys think we'll actually see Daredevil and Jessica and Luke Cage all in this, or, if they'll hold them off until the Defenders and we don't get to see any of them until that show comes out, which I do believe is actually at the end of this year, which I hope I'm right about that because it'll be really cool. But like I said, we'd love to know your theories on when we'll get to see them, and ideas for other crossovers from other characters from those shows as well. And just, I want to know what you guys thought about this trailer in general, so please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.